And that's how I look at it. What makes him get more respect than me? You my next door neighbor, you know, I tell him, you got yours from your family. I got mine from the ground up, from hard work and dedication.
Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest ever. He's a brilliant defensive fighter. His speed, his boxing savvy. He's just a savant. He's just something special. No question about it. But I got to look at the Sugar Ray Leonards of the world.
Do it. Floyd's way is safe. Not in a punk, but it's like the safe way. Like nothing ain't gonna go wrong. But that's how he fight. That's his characteristic.
All right, guys, let's get this straight. Floyd Mayweather built his empire on hard work and dedication. From the ground up, no shortcuts. People call him the greatest defensive genius in boxing, a savant with speed and smarts. But critics like Stephen A. Smith ain't buying it. They say Floyd's style is safe, calculated, not risky like legends before him. And that's where the debate begins, because legacy is not just about wins, but how you fought.
It's your skill set. It's who you do it against.
Your level of competition. Is it possible that he's so far beyond his level of competition that he made it look easy?
Well, I think he did as a lightweight. When he went up to the welterweight division, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Now, if
taking out Canelo the way he took out.
Well, he just gave him a boxing lesson, but Canelo was 22 years old. See, I remember
that's an excuse, though. Well, I don't like this. Like he's 22, he's too young.
I will tell you this. Well, you do have to take that into consideration.
The guy had 100 fights.
Well, let me explain. You have to take that into consideration when boxing is the issue. Now, if he got knocked on his ass, that's different. But when he simply got schooled, when you swinging a punch and Floyd is tapping you on your shoulder saying, I'm behind you, that's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? That's just a skill. Like,
we could credit Floyd with that.
Of course, I am crediting. I'm saying he's a brilliant boxer. This Floyd knew how to move before you even threw the damn punch. You see what I'm saying? You got to be a veteran to know how to overcome that. You can't put a novice into the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather. You understand? He's going to school you. What I'm saying to you is that if you want to make an argument on Floyd Money Mayweather's half, which I'm not summarily dismissing, I would tell you it's this. Floyd Money Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Listen up. Stephen A. Smith throws fire, claiming Sugar Ray Leonard stood above Floyd. He downplays Floyd's biggest victories, dismissing Canelo as too young and Floyd's lightweight run as his peak. That triggered Mayweather. He won't let anyone erase his legacy. To Smith, Floyd's resume is built on timing, on opponents not at their best. But Mayweather insists his dominance, no matter the weight, no matter the age, is proof of unmatched greatness. The tension is real.
A little bit better than Floyd in this sense. Floyd will when Floyd fought Canelo, he was standing right there. He wasn't running and all of that. He wasn't doing all of the stuff that they say, oh, runner, Mayweather's a runner. He wasn't doing that versus Canelo. He was right there. And I can't even really remember Canelo catching him like that, like with nothing. With Bud, I could remember Canelo catching Bud a couple times, but Bud gave him all right, put your foot out. What's up? Boxing turn, boxing turn, boxing turn. And was really standing there and giving it to him with another type of energy. The energy is more so all right, what's up? You can't beat me. Floyd energy be Bop, I'm better than you. You see what I'm saying? They don't really be respecting that all the time. They'll acknowledge it yo, I ain't gonna lie, he hard to catch. But they be nah, you didn't beat me up. Bud go about his fights in a way whereas though the Mexican fan base gotta be I ain't gonna lie, Canelo, he hollered at you. He came at you too. He didn't just be better than you. He was better and then he was all right, I'm gonna come at you. And I think they really respect that. Shit, I respect it. I don't think it's not, I think the less you get hit, the better. I'm always going to take it that way. So, you know what I'm saying? As a boxing fan, the kind of boxing fan that I am, I would have linked towards Floyd's performance, but Bud's performance was if I'm a casual fan, I'd rather watch the way Bud do it.
Hold on. Here's the truth. Mayweather didn't just win, he schooled opponents. Imagine throwing a punch, and before it lands, Floyd is already behind you, tapping your shoulder. That's levels. He fought half his career injured, breaking his hands constantly, but still remained unbeaten. Critics can't dismiss that. Daoud Bey steps in, reminding fans that Crawford's domination of Canelo was extraordinary, yes, but Floyd already handled Canelo years before. Don't twist the history, both men delivered legendary performances.
Terence can fight, and he can box. And he can fight. He'll fight this side. He take chances, man. You know what I mean? And that's how you be great, man. He one of the greatest out there now. I think he's great. I think he's the best out there right now in that division. You know what I mean?
What's left?
For Terence?
Yeah.
If I was Terence, I would retire. That's what I would do. He did everything, man. He done everything, man. You know what I mean? You know how many titles he don't want? All that stuff, you know what I mean? I think I'll go off one in the sunset, man. You know what I mean? He don't need no more money. You know what I mean?
All right, guys, here's where it gets hot. Crawford's energy is different. Against Canelo, he stood tall, trading blows with confidence. He didn't just outbox, he came forward, saying, "What's up? You can't beat me." Floyd's vibe was, "I'm better, I'll outclass you." But Bud, he forced respect. Fans saw him not just as slick, but as a warrior. To some, that's more exciting. Less running, more fire. It's the style that makes Mexican fans say, "Canelo, he came right at you."
The second time. They can't take it away from him either.
Does this one mean more to you than the other ones?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It gives us the opportunity as a team to go into the Hall of Fame. Instead of a fighter going in there, instead of a coach going in there, it gives us a better chance to go in there as a team.
Well, congrats on that. I know that means a lot to you and the team.
Definitely that.
You know, I asked Bud this after the fight 2 weeks ago. Would he consider this a signature win? He said, yeah, one of them. Do you think that was his signature win of his career?
Well, the last fight?
Yeah, the Canelo one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the underdog. Everybody thought that, you know, he was going to get beat.
What's up?
He was going to get beat. Surprising.
So what's next for Bud? What do you want to see him do?
I just want to see him, spend time with his family because, training for a fight, you be gone a long time. You're going away from the family. And it could take a toll on you after a while. So,
as his trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
You know what? They made it look so easy. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, got 2-3 more in him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Training camp will try harder.
Now listen, Crawford's trainer Boozy Ennis ain't playing. He says Bud never ducks smoke, always chasing dangerous fights. That's what makes him great. Crawford thrives when risk is high, taking chances no one else would dare. Critics who downplay his achievements? Wrong. He's carved his name in stone, multiple divisions, undisputed champion, fearless every step. This isn't hype, this is proof. Crawford's legacy ain't about dodging danger, it's about walking straight into it and conquering. That's real greatness.
You have become. You're a true inspiration to the youth, man. Anybody that's troubled, any troubled kid out there, man, they can look at you and say, hey, man, I got a fighting chance to get myself out the situation. All I got to do is make that choice. That's what you did, Crawford. You made that choice, man. You made that choice to change, bruh. You know, you saw going down, man, years ago, man, in 2008, man, when that bullet came through that window, you knew you had to do something or you'll end up 6 feet under, bruh. You know, so that courage that you had, man, and that will that you had and that mindset of change, man, and the gym, you know, grooming you and turning you into a man, because that's what boxing does. See, people don't understand, man, that boxing is more than just throwing punches. You know, boxing teaches you discipline. You know, it teaches you love for people, love for others, man. You know, working together. You know, you're there constantly every single day, man. You know, spending time there perfecting a craft, man. Perfecting yourself, understanding yourself, learning more about yourself each and every single day. You push it inside the gym. You know, boxing is more than just throwing punches, man. You know.
But hold up. Some argue Crawford should retire now. He's done everything: titles, money, history. Why risk it? Trainer Bomac disagrees. He says Crawford still has gas in the tank, maybe 2 or 3 fights left. Moving up to 160? That's legacy talk. Not chasing validation, but sealing greatness. Fans crave it. Can Crawford go even higher, chasing new belts? That hunger is what separates champions from immortals. The man's already in the Hall of Fame conversation, no doubt.
He's a genius. He is a fucking... You know, when I get bored with today's crop of boxers, and Terence, to be fair, has kind of helped me out of my boredom, but sometimes I just go on YouTube and I watch the 24/7s and then I watch the fight. I'm not joking. I watch the whole fucking episodes and then I watch the fight. And my guy is a genius. A genius. There will always be an argument, oh, you should have fought that person then. And I get it. I get it. Right? It's kind of the argument you can't throw at Muhammad Ali, right? You could throw that argument at Floyd. But dude, unbeaten is unbeaten. Unbeaten is unbeaten. Multi-weight world champion is multi-weight world champion. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen a boxer so like, I'm going to work you out, and then when I work you out, you're done. Shall I repeat that? I'm going to work you out, and when I work you out, you're done. And Floyd had this thing where first 2 rounds, you think, oh shit, man, this guy's in this fight, and then he works you out. And then he works you out. Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd was better than Money, but Money Floyd had obviously the fights.
Timothy Bradley jumps in with raw emotion. He says Crawford is more than belts, more than fights, he's inspiration. A man who turned bullets and hardship into triumph. Bradley reminds us, boxing ain't just punches, it's discipline, survival, transformation. Crawford is proof that hard work and courage rewrite destinies. Young fighters look at him and see hope. He didn't just become a champion, he became a role model, a reason for the next generation to believe. That's bigger than boxing.
That Terence Crawford did what he did against Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford made himself the face of boxing, and he did it. He made it look easy. He made the Errol Spence fight look easy. That was supposed to be the toughest test of his career. I thought it was. The whole world thought it was. It was the easiest fight he had at welterweight. I thought, but I've been saying for years that he's going to easily beat Canelo Alvarez, and he did. But many people expected Canelo to knock him out. That wasn't the case. With that said, now people are trying to throw, he's 38. Tomorrow, Terence Crawford will be 38 years old. He's a 5-division champion. If he wants to stick around, like Terence Crawford stated, okay, Terence Crawford stated, if I do stick around, I'm not dropping down no further than 160 pounds. If he stays in boxing, I say he have 2 more fights. Fight Janibek, who's the unified champion. Hopefully Carlos Adames and Lara fight and unify the belts. 2 fights at 160, pad the stats, become a 6-division champion and a 4-division undisputed champion. Cool. Other than that, Terence Crawford needs to retire.
Meanwhile, Mayweather's journey was about mastery and business. Pretty Boy Floyd was fearless, chasing knockouts. Money Mayweather? A businessman, turning fights into billion-dollar events. He built a brand, an empire, a model fighter still chased today. Some say safe, others say genius. But unbeaten is unbeaten. Multi-weight world champion. He solved every opponent like a puzzle. Once he figured you out, the fight was over. That's not luck, that's calculated brilliance. Floyd wasn't just a fighter, he was an architect. Now, the big question, what's next for Crawford? Retirement? Or one last run? Critics warn him, protect your legacy, don't chase unnecessary risks. But fans? They're hungry. They want more wars, more drama, more history. Crawford's body shows no decline, his performances scream dominance. Can he push the limit at 160, maybe beyond? Can he carve another piece of history? The debate rages, but one fact stands tall, his accomplishments can't be erased. He's already an all-time great. 646 to 730. Here's the bottom line, folks. Mayweather's perfection and Crawford's ferocity will always spark debate. Trainers, analysts, legends, all split. Some say Floyd's defensive genius made him untouchable. Others say Crawford's risk-taking and fire make him the people's champion. Who's the true king? That's the beauty of boxing. It's not just about the punches, it's about the legacy, the energy, the aura. One thing's certain, both men left marks on history that no critic, no argument, can ever erase.